and a master's degree. For that same 39 years, I've been the owner, operator of Green Meadow Tree Farms, which is a wholesale nursery, family-run business. I married my wife Dorothy in 1989. Our family consists of one son, Jason, his wife Jennifer. They have twin boys, Hunter and Logan, and a newborn, young Carter. As well as raising our own family, my wife and I have been foster parents for quite a few years. My working experience includes being a foreman at Active Homes, working maintenance at Lear Corporation, and working for several electrical contractors. For the last 7.5 years, I have been on the Board of Commissioners representing District 3, which is Elmer Township, Marlette Township, Moore Township, and the City of Marlette. I'm a past chairman of the board, I'm a past finance chair of the board, and I'm currently the finance chair of the board. I keep in touch with my constituents by attending township and city meetings, where I give updates on the finance and board meetings, answer questions, listen to concerns, and discuss future issues. I'm open-minded, analytical, a good listener and communicator, and a hard worker. I have a proven record of being fiscally responsible, although I've heard some of the candidates previously to dispute some of that, I guess. I am committed to providing services as well as public health and safety to all Sanilac County residents. I have the necessary experience to represent the taxpayers of District 4. Please allow me, James Ruby, to represent the taxpayers of District 4. Thank you.
We will now hear from Melissa Audet.
Hi, my name is Melissa Audet. I'm running for County Commissioner in District 4. I'd like to start out by thanking everybody for coming tonight. It's so exciting to see that there's this many people interested in our county government. I'm a member of the Sanilac County Republican Party, so I'm running on the Republican ticket. I have lived in Sanilac County my entire life. I was raised in Carsonville. I graduated from Brown City Schools, and I currently reside in Marlette. I attend Good News Assembly of God Church in Marlette. I've been involved in the community since I can remember, starting right out in Girl Scouts, going on to being a Civil Air Patrol cadet. And as a mother of 2 children, I have Gabriel, who is 4, and Lucian, who is 2. I got involved through the Great Start Collaborative. I'm the current seated vice chair, then the current past chair of the Sanilac County Parent Coalition, and currently a member, and I've been quite involved with that. I started my own business in 2005. And I also studied business at SC4. And I've been involved with the community since I can remember, and I've been very active, and I care about my community, and I really want to see it flourish. So I would really appreciate your vote on August 7th in the primary, and thank you.
Trust me, Melissa, all of us that have spoke behind a microphone have had that problem. Our first question for these candidates: what, if any, changes would you like to bring to the county, and what do you believe makes you the best candidate for this position?
I guess one of those things have been addressed by several of the commissioner candidates, and that is the retirement health care that is going to be an issue with quite a few years in the future. It's true, it's not being funded at the present time. It's coming out of the general fund. This was an issue that I addressed with Mr. Males, our administrator, in 2005 when I first became a commissioner. It has not been dealt with well. I've talked with our current administrator, Kathy Dorman, about it. I think it will be addressed yet this year, at least I hope it will, if not within the next year or so, because like has been mentioned, this is a debt that we cannot survive with.
Next, we'll hear from Melissa Audet.
think the biggest thing that I can bring to Sanilac County at this point in time is a fresh perspective. Many people ask me why I'm running, and really I care about my community and I want what's best for it. And I know I'm not your typical candidate, which I think is to my benefit because you get a new and fresh perspective. I know what it's like to be a working mother in Sanilac County. I know what it's like to try to raise my children here, and I believe that that perspective is something that our Board of Commissioners hasn't had in the past and desperately needs. Thank you.
Our next question for the candidates regards the county jail. With the county jail being built in Sanilac County, how will the county pay off the debt if federal prisoners are no longer housed in the county facility?
I guess I can reiterate the same things that have been said previous. I'm not concerned with renting the beds. We have a good relationship with the federal marshals. We are one of the cheaper facilities as far as daily bed rental. That's not one of my big concerns as far as filling the beds. I guess what I do rely on the sheriff, the jail administrator an awful lot. They do work very diligently to keep the beds full. I've sat on the jail committee for most of the weeks that, I didn't see what that was, that 30 seconds or, okay, I'm sorry. So I'm not concerned about finance. We do have $4 billion in our delinquent tax relief fund. I guess if everything falls in, we can rely on that to help make the payments. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Melissa Audet.
Thank you. I believe in order to, with not having to worry about the federal bond rentals, the most important thing is first we're going to pay our debt first. And that way, hopefully, later on down the road, if we get that debt paid off soon enough, if those federal bond rentals did stop, we're not going to have to worry about it because that debt's already going to be paid. And I have done some research on this, and because of our low interest rate and the fact that it's spread out over 40 years, even if those federal bond rentals did fall through, we would be able to budget and make that payment. It would just take us longer to pay it off. But hopefully, that doesn't happen. We keep those federal bond rentals coming in and just pay that debt first and get that out of the way and not hanging over our heads anymore, because we all know we don't like to have a pile of debt in our house. Thank you.
Our next question for the candidates, what is your opinion or beliefs regarding the Sanilac County park system?
So once again, I can't hardly disagree with the folks that have spoken before. We have a wonderful park system. What we have to remember, and I believe there were several candidates that mentioned current commissioners that micromanage. We do have a parks committee. There are department heads on that committee, and there are private citizens on that committee. I think the committee is doing a very good job as far as how the money is spent. As far as improving the parks, I do believe that there's a possibility that we could make it more efficient, more business-like, to try to get at least the overhead paid by those that use the park and use the millage money to improve. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Melissa Audet.
As far as our parks go, I have a lot of very fond childhood memories at our parks, and I was raised in this county, and part of being raised in this county is you camp at Forster Park. It's just everybody seems to do it. And so I, of course, support our parks, and I think that they do need to be ran in a business-like manner. They need to be hopefully profitable. We need to work harder to try to fill those spaces so that we're not draining on our general fund to pay for those parks, but we need them here to help increase revenue in our county and bring tourists. Thank you.
Would you join me in thanking these candidates for coming to the